Beaver Builder is a page builder. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this, but the main topic, or what I would like to point your attention, is that we use it to put our client's vision or our customer's vision into a website. So this is a tool for us to put vision into website, and this is actually what we really enjoy in our agency, for my wife and myself. Especially we have a focus on quite small companies, startups, and they need a lot of support. They do not only need a website, but they need a lot of support in making their vision and their dream come true. So this is something we really like to help people in that way. And a lot of work is done then by giving them a nice website. So this is my wife. You do not see her today because I was told her I was going to give the presentation. She doesn't like English so much. So I thought, as Martin asked me to give the presentation in English, I should do it only me. But she's actually the one who founded Grafica in Wien. Marie-Louise has had a lot of experience in graphic design over many, many years, and then got self-employed and made her way to WordPress, whereas I have a complete different story because my background is in chemistry. I studied chemistry at Jena University of Technology, and then spent a couple of years in climate research, therefore something completely different than WordPress. But I became self-employed after my scientific career, first teaching Reiki. Reiki is a form of a Japanese technique for self-healing processes. So again, something completely different from WordPress. But at some point in that, my wife asked me for support in the agency, as our youngest child was born, and she said she could need some support for someone dealing all the custom issues and so on. So this is my way into WordPress, and I did have some programming experience from when I was a very small child at the age of 10, but I left it out. This was not a focus for a long time, and somehow it came back by the way of WordPress, talking about 6 years ago or something like this. This is since then that we have been working together in our WordPress agency. Okay, why Beaver Builder? As I said, our main was something, a tool that we could use for our graphic design experience from the print point of view to put this into web design. So what we were looking for was something that you could see on a layout while you are working on the layout, so you see what you get. So when you edit a post, for instance, in WordPress, in the dashboard, it always looks a little different than what it looks on the user end. And we were actually looking for such a tool that bridges this gap and makes you see directly what you're working on. So 1 point for the page builder. We also wanted the simple handling of the fonts and colors and the use of drag and drop elements. Actually, we also wanted to make beautiful website without programming. It is not that I'm not a fan of programming. As I said, I even worked as a programmer at my time at Vienna University, but we would like to give our websites to the clients, to the customers, and enabling them to manage everything themselves. And once you program too much in the websites, your customers will not have an easy way to edit things themselves. We also like about page builders, the reliable support, and that you got a lot of input from the community around it.
David, let me just interrupt you. There was the first question. Mario asked, why should you use page builders instead of Gutenberg, the native page builder from WordPress that is very slim and does many things well?
Yes, this is true. And Gutenberg becomes increasingly well developed and will probably at some point take over the advantages of page builders. This is a process ongoing and we are well aware of it. At this point, I don't think that Gutenberg has reached the level of other page builders yet. But yes, this may come in the future.
Cool, thank you.
Just things that our customers need quite often, like things they want to present events, they want to sell things by WooCommerce, or simply have a created contact form, and all this is also easily to implement in a very beautiful form within a page builder. The Beaver Builder itself comes as a plugin. And that you install on your website, and it works together with many, or not to say most, themes. Just to name, Beaver Builder is not so well known in Europe. It's more known in the United States. So if you're talking of page builders well known here, you will probably know Elementor. We'll have a presentation on this, and the Visual Composer and Divi, just to name a few important ones. I'm not saying that Beaver Builder is the best, but it's just become a tool we've really had good experience with. There's a free version of Beaver Builder if you just want to try out. This professional agency version that we use, and this agency version includes a theme of its own, the so-called BB theme, or Beaver Builder theme. And this is quite nice because the Beaver Builder theme is so flexible that you can basically do a design, whatever it's in your head, and make this come true on this theme. And from our point of view as an agency, so we deliver websites to our clients all based on this one themes, because it's so flexible. And so we don't have to be experts for 10, 20 themes, but it's good to be expert on these Beaver Builder themes. And still the design, the web design, is very individual for each client. One of the properties of Beaver Builders is it creates clear HTML. So in theory, your website should survive a deinstallation of the plugin and still keep the layout. Beaver Builder is also quite known for stability, and this is true. So anytime I make updates on the core, on other plugins, I've never had an issue, a problem with Beaver Builder. When I had a WordPress crash, it was mainly due to other elements, not the Beaver Builder. Beaver Builder is also known for performance. I've given you an example of our website. So this is not what you get out of the box when you just use the page builder. This is the page builder plus performance optimization. Yeah. So maybe it's not super fast, but it's pretty okay what you get out. Okay. The Beaver Builder also comes with a so-called themer. And this one allows you to give individual template layouts for, let's say, pages, posts, events. You can also configure it in such a way that this is available for mobile and desktop. This handling is quite intuitive. So this feature is not unique, but it works pretty well, and in a way that it's relatively easy to implement for us as the web designers. I'll give you an example now. In the internet, on the Beaver Builder on a live website I've created for this workshop today. So let's switch to the internet. And this is the website. I'll just give it a reload. And this is a website design that you can work on. This is designed by the Beaver Builder. I'll turn it on, and we'll switch into a design view. And in this design view, we are now able to make the changes we desire. I just put in another, so simply save it. And if, for instance, you'd like this text block not to be centered, you can just change the color settings and put it more to the left, for example, if you think this is more beautiful, or do it vice versa. A couple of elements. This is just a text block. Here you have a so-called content grid, and which shows you the posts of your website, so the blog post. If you want to make a small change, you can click on the element and, for instance, give it another style. We'll change from default to, let's say, something style number 5. I don't know how this one looks like. We'll see. Not so much difference, but anyway. And what else? Yeah, this is a couple of images, like we could, this is from the media library, we could remove that, select the picture. Let's see what I have as a nice picture, like this one. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, and you might want to adjust the resolution. 1024 is probably a little too high. Let's see. Well, this is probably too small, but we put it anyway. Okay, it does what it looks fine. There you have a button. You can change different button settings. You can set the length here. So this is pretty intuitive to use. And at the end of the site, you end up with the footer. The footer is something you cannot edit here because we are just editing the main page. If I want to go to the footer, I first have to save my changes. And now I'll say, okay, now this is time to go to footer. I can change the footer. Am I in the footer? No, this is not the footer. Somehow I missed the footer. Okay, go back to the main page. Let's see if I can get the footers here. Yes, there it is. So whatever, when this section is now on the editing mode, and I can change the telephone number and so on. Okay, I'm not going to do much more. Same applies to the header, but I think you've got a rough idea how that works. Let's see if I missed out things I wanted to show. Headings, post with buttons. No, that looks okay. I'll also give you an example. Martin, you probably have to tell me at some point with how much time I've got left. Huh?
All good.
Okay. So this is now I've created different layouts for posts, event, and pages on this side. I'm going to show you this. Like I've got an event here, like this event here. And this is the event. And now I'm taking one of my blog posts. And as you see, the design for a blog post and for the event are pretty different. So this is relatively easy to implement different template layouts for different elements. Here in this case, an event and a blog post. I'd even have another, let's say, take this side. This again has a different template, which is for pages now. So we have events, blog post, pages. And then if I look at this blog post and look at it on the mobile view, I hope I can get there. Yes, I have to make this small. I end up with the mobile view. So there's also in the background a different layout for the mobile view. Again, for comparison, this is normal desktop view where you have one column here, one column here, and this is on the mobile view where we have this actually two columns again, but this is one column. And whenever I would like to change, let's, for instance, my blog layout, I can layout Beiträge. This is the good place and change it there. And as you see, I have the heading here once and the second time, which is actually exactly what I was talking about. This is the heading set for the desktop view, and here differently set for the mobile view. Okay, so this works pretty well to set different layouts for different categories of, well, either posts, pages, event, or whatsoever. Okay, coming back to the presentation. Yeah, this is basically what I wanted to show you on this side. This is from the, I did some points from how it works technically, and now I would like to show you what we did with it and bring your attention to the to the golden 3 seconds rule. So the 3 seconds rule is the first 3 seconds you spend on a website. This is actually when your user sets his mind whether he's going to stay on the website or not. So our intention, and this closes the circle to Beaver Builder, our intention is to make an appearance of the websites that within these first 3 seconds, we get over the message. No? And this is the example now, the Zukunft Frauenclub, and test the 3 seconds rule for yourself. So take 3 seconds and guess what the website is about. So you've had your 3 seconds, you've made up your mind. So this website is about Verein, club of women in business positions, empowering themselves. And I think we got it pretty well into a layout that transports the message. And this is actually the aim we are at. So the vision in this came of this club is empowering women in business positions and by networking. Okay, so now a project.
May I just interrupt you for a second, David, please? Mario said double elements for different viewports is not a good practice, even if it don't show in the DOM. I would like to have one element like H1 and see different views, desktop, table, mobile, so to see directly how it appears. Did you get the question?
Not really, but it was not a language problem. I maybe didn't really get the point on it.
Okay. I think he means that it's not a good practice to have one H1 one time for the desktop view and one time for the mobile view.
Ah, okay. But this is actually does not, I think it does not appear in the source code in the end. It's only in the editing mode as far as I know it. It doesn't appear twice.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So what else? Oops. Yeah, next slide. So we've had this project with Gröbner Möbel. Gröbner Möbel is a small company. They do craft, they do furniture based in Germany. And it's actually one of the very few companies of this type that you still find in Germany. They do Landhausmöbel, this is things. So here the basis was we had a very nice catalog, which is the catalog which shows the family business. It shows that they are working with wood, and this is quite nice. But the website they had did not really transport the message well. So what the goal was for them to have website transporting the vision, plus including a web shop, and plus the idea that they can manage the web shop themselves. So we took over this project, and knowing this, what I've just said, again, I'll let you check on the 3 seconds rule and open this website. And what we try to transport is the craft, the person, that they are a local company, and this is all made from wood. I give you also an impression of the shop that is behind. So there, really, the idea was to take the catalog, which was very well made, and then put this into a modern website. Okay. One more example. Ah, yeah, this is also nice. Yeah, I'm not saying much about this and just giving you time for the 3 seconds. So by looking at this, you hopefully have got what this is about. It's a singer for opera, and this time again, the aim was to create a relative human touch to the artist in the background. So this was actually the mission, and this is what came out. And I think I have one more example, then I'm probably through with this. Yeah, this is also. Imagine you have to create a website. Well, I'm showing it to you. We probably get out what it is. This is for it's actually an expert on antique Vienna clocks from the Biedermeier period, something I did not know anything about before I entered this project. And we also wanted to show the expertise and give a human touch, and on the other hand, show that what he has, the product are of high value to give this message over. So this was the aim with this, and we've also created an online catalog, so to say, is where you can easily get to the information and the products you're interested in. Okay, I think I'm done with my presentation here, more or less. So there's either questions or Martin, room for you to take over. I'm stopping the presentation here. Yeah.